Yes, I think that one of the issues with social media that's been pointed out by many people is that I think maybe particularly Instagram, um, people look like they have a much better life than they really do.
Right.
So,
By design.
yeah, people are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking. Even if they're not modifying the pictures, they're at least selecting the pictures for the best lighting, the best angle. So people basically seem they're way better looking than they basically really are.
Right.
And they're way happier seeming than they really are. So if you look at everyone on Instagram, you might think, man, there are all these happy, beautiful people, and I'm not that good looking, and I'm not happy. So I must suck, and that's going to make people sad. So when in fact, those people you think are super happy, actually not that happy. Some of them are really depressed. They're very sad. Some of the happiest seeming people, actually some of the saddest people in reality.
So we know from the research literature that the more you use social media, the more likely you are to feel lonely or isolated. We know that the constant exposure to your friends' carefully curated positive portrayals of their life can leave you to feel inadequate and can increase rates of depression. And something I think we're going to be hearing more about in the near future is that there's a fundamental mismatch between the way our brains are wired and this behavior of exposing yourself to stimuli with intermittent rewards throughout all of your waking hours.
It's a slot machine, and I mean that technically. So when you pull, that's a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, if I remember correctly. And it's very addictive because if you pull on the slot machine arm enough, you will win. And you never know which pull will reward you. And so not only is that addictive, it's very hard to extinguish that.
We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible. That is the desired use case of these products, is that you use it in an addictive fashion because that maximizes the profit that can be extracted from your attention and data.
If you feed the beast, that beast will destroy you. If you push back on it, we have a chance to control it and rein it in. And it is a point in time where people need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. You don't realize it, but you are being programmed. It was unintentional, but now you got to decide how much you're willing to give up, how much of your intellectual independence.
Is there sort of like a collective AI in the Google sort of search, where we're all sort of plugged in as like nodes on the network, like leaves on a big tree. And we're all feeding this network without questions and answers. We're all collectively programming the AI, and and Google plus all the humans that connect to it are one giant cybernetic collective. This is also true of Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these social networks. They're giant cybernetic collectives.
They have admittedly been collecting credit card data and Facebook data from everyone. You fill out forms, you turn in information when you buy something, and where does it really go? Somebody like Cambridge Analytica gets that data and they compile it into the model. They take your supermarket purchase history and they match it against the things you said on social media, and they match it against your credit card history, which is just really creepy by itself and seems like no one anywhere near politics should have your credit card history, but it's all there. Somewhere it's all in that model. But by the time they get it perfected, if it's not already perfected, it's just going to be an unstoppable monster. I mean,
with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
Their ability to look at data in a quantum artificial intelligence manner is probably going to outpace human thinking very quickly.
There's a reason they call it the Central Intelligence Agency. I mean, these agencies, the NSA, the CIA, they're running quantum computers and what they call sentient world simulations in real time. What that means is they are using the World Wide Web, and there's a reason they call it a web, to suck up data from all of us all the time.
I mean, some weird computer AI black box is now pretty much becoming the driving force of our society. You're going to tell me we're not going to be pets? How can we even be authentic to ourselves when this is what comes back from what we put out? I think it's a real strange paradox, and most of us don't even know about this, and yeah, it applies to politics and certain candidates, but that's just the beginning. Just the beginning. They're running everything that's happening in society parallel, and they've got a little dot in their matrix for everybody. This is a game society.
And so Google was set up 18, 19 years ago. I knew about this before it was declassified. I'm just saying I have good sources, that they wanted to build a giant artificial system. And Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity, with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures, so that they will have current prediction powers, future prediction powers, a true crystal ball.
They know where it's been, they know where it's going, and they know where it's going because they're steering people into the direction it wants to go. And so people are angry at the system.
And they are going to run society with artificial intelligence this way. That's what's going on.